Are you struggling to figure out what settings you should be using inside a Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Well, today I'm making a part 1 of a series on what settings you should use and what settings are preference inside of this game so that we can take you from being a noob up to the top, right? So today is part 1 of this series, and we are going to talk about the video settings and audio settings that you need to have in order to perform, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with the series and you never miss an episode from this series. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. So your video settings inside a Counter-Strike Global Offensive are so important. It is going to make or break how good you are at the game. And I'm kind of going to run you through what you should be using. And at the end of the day, guys, these are totally preference-based. Your video settings are extremely preference-based, and every pro plays on different settings, slightly different aspects of that. So let's hop into it. Press escape, go to settings menu, open up video, main menu, background scenery, guys. That's whatever you want. That's totally preference. Color mode, make sure that this is on computer monitor. This is a necessity. Do not play on television. You will be a noob if you play on that. Now for your brightness, this is a little bit preference. For me, I like to crank it up to 130% because it helps me see people way faster, way easier. When I crank it down low, you guys, I don't know if you can see on your end, but it makes the game look so dark and hard for my eyes to differentiate where players are peeking me from and what's going on. So I love to crank this up all the way, man, and it helps me see a lot easier. Now for your aspect ratio, guys, if you are a new player, I would 100% recommend playing on 16:9, 1920x1080. This is just going to help you play better. And there's the secret, guys, is it doesn't matter what resolution you play on as long as you consistently play on it. If you're a player like me who likes playing on 4x3 stretch, I would recommend 1280x960 because it's just the sweet spot for me. And playing on 4x3 is going to make your game a lot more stretched, right? When you're playing on native 16:9, your game is going to look so much more beautiful, and the game's going to look better. And also it gives you the advantage of having a wider FOV so you can see people that you might not be able to see on 4x3. For me, my preference is 4x3 feels way too clean to not play on, so I absolutely have to play on it. But if I was a new player getting into the game and I had 0 hours inside a Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I would just play on native and go from there, right? I would not look back, and I would just make sure that's the resolution I play on and never switch off of it. So guys, I'm going to give you 5 resolutions to play on, and never pick one of these and never ever switch off of them, right? Play on one forever. So the first one is 16:9, 1920x1080, like I told you guys. The second one is 1280x960, 4x3, and another 4x3 one, 1024x768. And the fourth one is 1280x1024. And lastly, guys, if you want to play on 16:10, 16:10 is a sweet spot in between 16:9 and 4x3. I would recommend, guys, if you're going to play on that resolution, I would play on 1680x1050. Pro players like Elige, Rain, and I believe Nitro play on this resolution. But like I said, guys, this is totally up to preference, and there's a reason every pro player plays on a different resolution. So pick one and don't worry about it and play on that forever. Now let's go to advanced video settings. Guys, this is, again, totally up to you how you want the game to look. I'm going to walk you through some of the settings I would play on if I was trying to play competitively, if I were you, right? So if you're trying to be a competitive player, guys, shadows, it depends. You can have this on high, low. Certain situations are going to give you an advantage, right? If you have the global shadow quality high, you can see shadows better and more clearly. I have these settings to help me see through Molotovs and see through smokes a little easier, right? But I have this on low. I have model texture detail. I have that on low. Guys, put texture streaming, disable this. Effect detail, I have this low. Shader detail, I have this low. If you're playing on a lower end PC, guys, you're gonna notice a theme I have here is playing on low is gonna give you those extra FPS and help increase your performance. So if you're not running on the top of the line PC, I would 100% recommend playing on a lower settings for your video settings, because it actually does make a difference inside of CSGO. You will notice a substantial difference in your game, in your FPS. Boost player contrast, this absolutely has to be enabled, guys. It's going to help you see the models and textures underneath in dark spots, like on Mirage underneath balcony. You can see the players so much more clear and easier. Boost player contrast, never turn that off, have that on. Multi-core rendering, have this enabled. absolute must. I have 4x MSAA, and then I have the anti-aliasing disabled. Preference doesn't matter, guys. Choose one and play with it. Texture filtering I have on 4x. The default is trilinear. You could probably just roll with that and you're fine. Make sure vertical sync is disabled. Make sure motion blur is disabled. 100% you must play on these. Do not change that. Triple monitor mode, I have this disabled. If you have 3 monitors, whatever, but play on 1 monitor, guys. Playing on multiple monitors for CS is absolutely awful if you're trying to actually like win, right? It's so bad. And make sure you guys have Uber shaders enabled. That's a hard word to say, but have that enabled, guys. Now, lastly, let's go ahead and look at our audio settings. And guys, this is going to depend a lot on the headset you're using. If I'm quickly just going to tell you guys, if you want to use a headset, I would use a HyperX, a Logitech. I don't know if you guys can see, but the Logitechs are super sick. One of those 2 brands, those are my top brands for CSGO headsets. You can't really go wrong. Just buy a high tier headset and you'll be golden. But let's scroll up here. Your master volume, when I'm playing, I have it to 47. Again, you want to be able to hear it inside the game, but your Windows sound setting and your in-game sound setting are going to be completely different. So it's whatever you guys play on and use. Just choose one and make sure you can hear. Make sure your whatever music and Steam overlay, whatever, that it literally doesn't matter. Go TV caster volume does not matter, guys. It's just for when you're spectating majors and stuff. The audio output configuration, make sure that this is on stereo headphones, guys. Make sure it's on that. And also make sure you actually have the right audio device. There's been so many times when I'm loading into my game at LAN or other places where it just doesn't detect the right headset, and you're gonna have to choose this and then restart your game if it's not working. So make sure that's on the right one. 100% make sure you have advanced 3D audio processing enabled. Yes. Enable voice. Again, if your mic's not working in game, sorry, the game's kind of loud here. If your mic's not working in game, that could be a huge reason why, guys, is because you don't actually have your mic enabled. So make sure you have that on. The VoIP volume does not matter too much. Literally turn it off or have it on 10 like me, and the positional off, whatever, it doesn't matter. Play audio when in game and background. Again, I have it on yes. It literally doesn't matter. And we're quickly being interrupted because we're loading onto a new map. So let's pull the menu back up here. But for the rest of these guys, now I'm going to teach you what you need for competitive play. If you're a casual, these music settings do not matter. For competitive play though, guys, main menu volume does not matter, whatever you want. But round start, this needs to be on 0. Round end, I'm going to quickly turn this off. Round end, 0. Bomb and hostage, 0. Now 10-second warning, you need to have this enabled, but very slightly, so that you can have that audio cue when 10 seconds is hitting, so that you know if you have the diffuse or not. It's very important, guys. Death camera volume, put that on 0 or you're gonna get jump scared. It's gonna scare you, bro, when that happens, when you don't expect to die. MVP volume, if you want to be really competitive, 0 or low like me, 5%. And the rest, guys, does not matter. Whatever you want to do, it is totally up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much the video and audio settings that you guys need to be playing on inside of CSGO. Be free to ask me questions in the YouTube comments. I will respond to every single one of them, guys. And stay tuned for the other parts in the series. We're going to talk about what crosshairs you need. We're going to talk about what HUD you need. We're going to talk about all of these settings, the game settings, the keyboard settings, everything, guys. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to use the console in CS. What settings are important for you to play professionally and competitively inside of this game so that you can rank up and achieve what you want, guys. If this video gets over 300 likes, I will release this next part instantly. As soon as we hit that, there will be another video out. So you guys can hit that, another video out for you guys. So thank you so much for watching this. I'm so happy to grow with you guys, and thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It is insane. We are growing so fast. So not much more to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.